Hello, how you doing? I'm going to talk about this. Joel Osteen, false prosperity. Now, okay, it's been revealed that he what was it that $100 million in debt. That's false prosperity for him to be in debt because he's been preaching long enough to do everything by cash. He's been preaching long enough to be super rich. He's been preaching long enough so he doesn't have to borrow any money. So what's the truth about it? He squandered all of his money. That's just the truth. He squandered all his money, and for some reason, he's broke. Why do poor people borrow money? They borrow money because they broke. The same reason why middle class and poor and well-to-do people borrow money. They borrow money because they broke. They borrow money for a $20 million house, knowing that they don't have $20 million in the bank to pay for the house. Okay, he said he wants to thank the congregation for their faithfulness in paying off a debt that he incurred. He incurred the debt. But see, what that is, he's broke. He squandered all of his money. And he borrowed $100 million for who knows what reasons, to pay for his wife's cosmetics, to buy for a building that he didn't need, to pay Peter, to pay Paul, to pay whoever. Anything. That's why he's broke. Okay? So if you are truly prosperous, you won't have any debt. You won't have any debt in this lifetime, and you won't have any debt when you die. You won't leave your children in debt if you are truly prosperous. So that tells me the fact that he had $100 million, that he's not truly prosperous. So he's been telling people how to get prosperous, and he's not prosperous. Because if he was truly prosperous, he wouldn't have had to borrow $100 million. He should have just been able to write a check for whatever he needed. He's broke. The truth is, he's squandered all of his money, and he wants you to pay for his mistakes. I've seen another ministry like that. They spent all the money, they borrowed this and borrowed that, and they just asked poor people to pay for their mistake. See, whenever he borrowed $100 million, he knew that those thousands, if not millions of poor people were going to pay to bail him out. He knew that. He knew those bunches, thousands, they're going to pay to bail him out. He knew that. Okay, and see, the poor people are already brainwashed into thinking, well, if they give money to his ministry, they're going to get blessed. No, God does not work like that. I've been in and out of debt 3 times. 4. Well, see, the others were medical. 2 of those were medical. But look, I've been in and out of debt 3 times when I incurred the debt. And guess what? I had to pay for it all. I had to pay for it. Didn't nobody bail me out. See, God, we have to pay for our own mistakes. We have to pay our own debt. We have to pay for our own mistakes. God's not going to bail us out. He just isn't. I know I've been in and out of debt 3 times. Okay, when I incurred the bill, I had to pay it myself. Did no congregation help me pay it off. But see, Joel Osteen knew that those stupid people out there in TV land, those poor people, millions of poor people, going to bail him out. Can you imagine the interest on that loan? $100 million. See, what he's preaching is a false prosperity, because the truth is he squandered all of his money he squandered it. Probably from the time he's been in ministry, he squandered it all. That's why he doesn't have any. That's why he had to borrow it. See, Christians do not understand that. Look, I cannot count how many preachers do not understand this. 1 + 1 is 2. 2 + 2 is 4. 4 quarters equals $1. 98% of the preachers don't understand that. They do not know how to count money. I knew how to count money when I was 10 years old. You learned that in Appalachian. How do you count your money? Preachers do not understand how to count money. And I've seen it. 98% of them don't know how to count money. Okay, they're going to incur debt of millions of dollars and ask a bunch of poor people to pay for it when they didn't have to incur the debt in the first place. If they don't have the money, it's not there. This is what I learned from the Lord. If the money is not there, it's just not there. Okay, if I say, Lord, I want a couch, is the money there to buy the couch? No, then you don't need a couch. I don't need a couch. That's what the Lord's telling me. Now, see, God gives wisdom about money. Okay, see, These preachers have, they get money from the devil. So the devil doesn't give wisdom about money. The devil doesn't teach people how to count. So they get money from, so if God does not give them $5 million, they get it from the devil. That's just how they are. He shouldn't have had to borrow any money as long as he's been ministering to people. He should have write a check for everything he needs. But what that tells me is that he doesn't have any money. He's broke. That's why poor people borrow. That's why people borrow, because they're broke. They're broke. They don't have any money. He's broke. As long as he's been in ministry, he's broke. He can't even write a check for, he should be able to write a check for $100 million. He's got, what, a $40 million house or something like that? You know, you can only sit in one couch at a time. Look, that's not including the furniture. You can only sit in one couch at a time. You can only piss in one toilet at a time. So he got a $25 million home. Right. Okay. What's the truth? He's broke. He's been feeding people a false prosperity. The Bible clearly says the borrower is subject to the lender. He's been feeding people a false prosperity for years. Bye.